Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mediak. And this week we are continuing going through the Nezha series. It's just these two movies. I guarantee there's going to be another one based off of how this one went, and I'm very excited for it. But yeah, as usual, stay tuned to after the review if you want to hear some movie-related news and other stuff that we've been watching. And Chandler, Skylar, Austin, Zach, right here. Yeah, that was a pretty fast one. Austin, do you want to jump right in? I'm assuming we're forcing you to do it, right? Because you picked this.
I assumed I'd be forced to, so I'm good with that.
Let's
Okay.
with the recap.
Awesome. So we leave off exactly where we left off. Or sorry, we start off exactly where we left off the last movie. So Zach got his happy ending, or I guess happy beginning of that last plot line, or them getting their body. Okay, well, we'll see, whatever. I'm not. It was resolved.
Keep going. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Sorry. So the main issue at the beginning of the movie is our two main protagonists, or really our protagonist and his buddy, don't have a body. So they make a body out of them, or for them, out of lotus goo stuff. And that kind of works, but they're both really impatient and want to move around, which doesn't work out. So they're kind of unfinished. But the main rationale for them moving around is the dragon people, or the Longs, if you listen to the dub.
No, it's in the sub.
They come in the sub too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, they come in and they're really mad that their prince had been killed, even though he hadn't, and they start tearing apart Nezha's town. But then, like, the younger guy, the prince, goes and talks to his dad and says, "Dad, no, I'm good, see?" And he's like, "Nice, they didn't kill you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, but this kills me." And then he immediately dies. And then his soul gets absorbed into Nezha's body so that they can keep it there for a little bit. And then in a week after, Nezha goes through and wins the tournament of power, basically. And even though it's one person, so it's not really, they're more like trials. After he goes through all the trials and becomes sub. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm just putting the tournament in there. I was expecting, I'm not going to interrupt the over. But so Nezha has to go through these trials in order to win this basically potion that he has to give the Lotus more power to basically become a chrysalis for the Prince of the Dragons. But until then, he has to let the prince overtake his body and use his power so that Nezha doesn't get outed for being a demon. So he goes on, does a bunch of trials, a bunch of goofy stuff, cool fights. And they go through, and it gets really serious, I'd say about halfway through, because I thought this was going to be the whole movie.
Yeah.
But what happens, and I'm skipping a lot here, is that the dragons, so they think, come in and still destroy the town. So Nezha is really upset and goes to kill the dragons with all the other, like, royalty / immortal people, and they basically start to lock them away. And then you find out that the dragons actually didn't do it. It was the immortal head of the clan guy who's been bad all along who's done it, and everyone turns on him, and they're like, "Nah, you're the bad guy. Demons aren't that bad, and neither are people. So you've been doing a bunch of messed up stuff. So we're gonna kill you." And then they try to do that and beat him down pretty badly. And then he gets away, and Nezha and his friend live happily ever after until the next movie.
Magnificent. You hit
That was magnificent. Pretty good.
You actually hit everything on there.
I did not. I had to stop myself from hitting a lot of other points that I feel like are the main reasons I like this movie. But plot wise, I'm happy with it.
Is that a spoiler? Main reason you like this movie?
Well, no, there's a lot of different points in the movie. I think it's a lot of the smaller plot lines and turns that happen that makes me really like this movie. But or actually, yeah, that is a spoiler. You're right, Sky. I like this movie. Spoiler.
Oh, I guess, like, to what our final summary is going to be. I think specifically, at least for me, Austin, what you were talking about, the plot points that you think shine is the halfway bit of the movie. From the halfway point on in this movie, it is amazing. It is like, and hey, correct me if I'm wrong, Skylar, do you disagree?
Yeah. So it's not that I think you're wrong. There's just one thing that happened super early on that I was like, dude, let's go. My guards returned like instant.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
Like came out of the ground and they started beating on each other again. I'm trying to be like, okay, we can make it look like he beat us really bad. And then, like,
Yeah, that was funny.
No, I wrote down a minion ass joke whenever that happened. You know?
they're awesome.
That's fair, man.
It is a minion.
You like them.
It is a minion joke, but I like me. I don't know if I want to let myself in that, but I can see a lot of people really liking like that humor.
Oh yeah, no, I could totally see it. That's the reason why they put it in there, is because it's like you got to get something funny in there. I understand the characters.
Who doesn't like the minions though? Like,
Bags. No,
I think
I meant
what?
I meant like actual minions, like despicable minions. Who could hate them?
Me.
Right?
I feel like that's easy to hate them, to be honest.
it's easy to hate them now.
I do not think they're funny. I think only the first Despicable Me movie is good.
Yeah, but that's like those should be like the second one. So like they're not like over.
Half of our viewer base just clicked off the video,
It's
right?
fine. I don't care. It's good.
I do want to bring up something I didn't like immediately with the scene that I was talking about like before. I didn't like a lot of like the weird, like I think they were putting like boogers in the powder, like cotton powder.
The fart joke.
Like it was like, it was essentially like the fart joke all over. Kind of like, look at what they're doing, and I didn't like it. Personally, I think they really could have just gone without it. Maybe done like the foot thing. I thought was like kind of funny, but like all like the like spitting and that I just thought was gross. I didn't like that straight away. That's not my least favorite, but it's just one I really wanted to bring up and get your opinions on.
No, that's something I wrote down too in that moment. I said the animation is so fluid, but I don't know how I feel about the opening scene here. I get that we need to see them getting new bodies, but this is so fast. We're just starting immediately. Like,
it's quick.
Movie picked up, left off. Sorry, and this is a gross scene. I'm not enjoying it. But like the animation of him throwing the blade and having it spin around the entire like place would look so freaking cool. I was like, I'm very confused right now. The animation is so good, but I really don't like what's happening.
So I don't want to interrupt anybody before, but I feel like what just happened needs to be addressed. So I have my tea and my 2 waters here, and to be ready for this. And Lily decided to pour me a huge glass of wine. So,
you now have 4 drinks.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice.
I'll decide what it in. I have one big water bottle. I finished my tea before we started, so
I'm saying, like, I really hope I don't. There might be a pee break.
That's okay. Well, that makes sense. I'm not shocked by that. Since this is like a break, I would like to take the time to talk about how stupid all of us are, all 4 of us, because my mom decided to go watch Nezha because I told her it was a really great movie, and I told her the methods on how to do it, and then she goes, "No, it's on Peacock."
You're actually lying.
Nope, it is. She
Oh
watched it
my
on
God,
Peacock earlier today.
Wrong.
I know.
What?
We are actually really dumb. The first movie is just on Peacock. The second movie is only on, like, you can only get it on Amazon, which is, I'm guessing, how all 4 of us watched it. But the first movie is free on Peacock. So Noah, hey,
Whoa.
you haven't. Sorry, I thought I muted my mic for a second. Noah, you haven't seen the movie yet. Go watch Nezha 1 on Peacock, and then go watch this one, because this one cooked, especially in the second half.
It's on Prime too. It's on Prime and Netflix, evidently.
Damn.
And Tubi, Pluto, Plex, all of that free.
Not to worry.
Or included. Free or included.
Whatever.
We just had stuff. We suffered ads at least, but it was still free.
My ads were
Wow. Oh, wait. So Zach, you said yours was sub. Mine was dub. Austin's was dub. Chan, what was yours?
For this watch or the previous? This watch, I also watched it subtitled.
Okay, so we're back at the same split. Me and Austin dub. You and Zach. How did you find it sub? I tried to.
On Amazon. It was sub.
Yeah.
Switch it.
Yeah, you can pay for it and watch it in Chinese.
Well, sometimes you lose.
What can you say?
Yeah, I was.
All right,
If we're still going on it,
we beat around the bush. Skylar was like, "Hey, don't spoil it," but I kind of want to say something and get something off my chest. To be 100% honest, I really wasn't 100% in love with the first half of this movie for the most part, up until the point in which Nezha started training with the demon guy. I was kind of like, is this really what the story is going to be for the most part? Because I wasn't finding the humor very funny. I thought that the jokes were increased for the most part, more than there were more jokes in the first hour of the movie than there were like at a consistent rate in the first movie, and I just wasn't a big fan of it, and I wasn't super interested in watching the stuff that was going on in that. I guess I know that fight with the, what was it, the demon mole, the demon thing, groundhog, yeah. I get that was like really well animated, but I just wasn't into that joke. And that was like, we could talk about that scene later. Yeah, we could talk about that scene a little bit later, but I wasn't clicking until like the really sick fight with the demon guy. And then obviously when the plot like kicked in, that shit was a bucket. That shit cooked. It really cooked from that hour point on. I was locked in. Dude, I like, I didn't really want to, not that I didn't really want to watch it, but I didn't really want to like lock in for the first hour. But I was like, come on, I'm waiting. There's a moment where everyone is going to be locked in, because this is getting like nothing but good reviews. And then there's a definitive point, and it's so fucking good, dude.
So I initially thought I was going to disagree with you, but like, kind of like you're saying, like it was a lot more of the humor that really wasn't clicking too much for me. Like I had a little laugh whenever like the guards that I like came back, but after that, like my memory is genuinely a little foggy about it up until that groundhog fight.
These jokes like between Nezha and Ao Bang.
Yeah, like
and he was like,
I didn't care. I also don't know if I like. Yeah, he did.
But I think
I was a dumb. I don't know if I like the fact that they were using pills to like sleep to swap, and then he was like beginning like a tolerance to it, and then all of a sudden the tolerance kind of stopped.
Yeah, that was specifically to be a bit in that one fight, and I really didn't like that aspect of it. I didn't mind the pills. I wish they didn't lead to that very horrible scene. But yeah. I guess you needed some sort of thing to allow Ao Bing to like properly take over for the most part. And then also that would lead into like things within, obviously there's going to be shenanigans where you want Ao Bing to be the main person seeing all the heavenly people. So obviously Nezha has to pop out at some time. Like who didn't think that whenever that was brought up into the story? I thought that was like super obvious, but
yeah. In this one particular, I think there was a lot more of like I don't know if it's like the right terminology, but like the potty humor, like the throwing up, the like peeing in random places, like the like art, like body liquid supposed to be funny. And I don't like that as much. And I feel like we all kind of share the same opinion. You know, it's like very rarely is it genuinely needed. And in this one, I just don't think it was. It vaguely, I don't know. The funniest one might be whenever the guy drank, the like one immortal drank like the pee, and he's like, "Oh, it has a different flavor. We need to keep trying this one." Like that's like vaguely funny, but like still, it's not really.
It's funny.
I wouldn't call it the funniest.
Like the bad guy drank pee. That's it's funny enough.
Yeah, it's a little better.
But like
it's funny.
In the moment, I didn't laugh at it.
I thought it was fine. I mean, I don't think it was awful, but I actually no. I did have part of that scene as one of my funniest moments, and I specifically want to call out. Huh?
Go for it. What was it? I mean, we're in the.
It was the girl's face when at like the second time she got spit on, because she was like, she's very like uptight and formal, and she gets like spit on by Nezha, and like she's just like, and then gets spit on again by the fat guy, and her face just like drenched, and she's like. Oh no, I thought that was great.
Nations in this movie are insane. Like you never see that in anything like Western made. Like the one that probably impressed me the most was whenever the leopard man. Someone please help me with his name. We can't do this the entire.
Nope, I'm done, leopard man.
Nope, Leopard Man.
got told the bad news, and he like looked at the camera, and his like eyes were you could see the red veins in his eyes of how like upset and sad and angry he was. It was so fucking good. I was like, holy shit.
Are you specifically talking about the portion whenever his brother comes back, his younger brother comes back?
Yeah.
Like the second time?
The second time, yes.
Okay.
Since you're talking about the brother, I would like to mention that first time. I thought that was so weird. Whenever he appeared for the first time, I was like, fuck, what the hell? Where did he come from? What is going on here? Why is he here? I really did not like he this is I don't think anyone in this call is gonna understand this, but like some person that's listening is gonna get it. There's a term called fridging. And like the second I saw him, I got the idea that he is a fridge, like a fridged character. Austin, you know what fridging is?
MJ, yeah.
Oh, but do you know the why it's called fridging?
Yeah, because didn't they like just throw her in the like fridge, and that's how he found the dead body or something? Am I mixing that up?
Kyle Rayner's girlfriend. She existed for the sake of being shoved into a fridge so that he could have motivation in the plot going forward. And like that just his little brother screamed that for me. So I like wasn't shocked whenever he died. I was shocked whenever the dad like took the arrow and then it also hit the son too. Like whenever the dad got hit, I thought that's where the plot was now going to go, and he was going to be the fridge instead of the son. But I was like, oh, look at that, both of them. That's crazy.
So I didn't get the fridge. I'm so sorry, Chandler. You started talking, but I didn't get that it was going to be a fridge immediately. But I thought he was kind of just thrown in out of the blue for like basically no reason. I feel like I was like, I don't know if they're trying to like add extra like lore to certain characters like in this movie, and that's why people like it, because like all their characters that anybody could like get some representation, get some lore, and that's kind of where I was vaguely thinking. And yeah, it did kind of completely flip the script on me. He did end up getting lore and like good representation in this movie, but I didn't expect either of them to die. In hindsight, I really should have. He was kind of like, man, I'm gonna train to be just like you. Yeah, and then just to never be there.
Really fake emotional. I thought that scene was like really good for developing his character, but it just felt so out of nowhere. And I enjoyed how like this entire movie was like character arcs for the bad guys and seeing like the bad guys in a good light. It literally ended up being at the end of the movie like hell versus heaven, but the heaven was the bad guys and hell was the good guys, which is fucking sick. Just the initial like crux of it though, that scene with the brother just fucking sucks. It was such a really clumsy way for them to initiate it, which really sucks because I think the rest of the movie is like miles better written, or maybe not written, but the world building is way better placed in this movie than the first movie, and it's like not even close. They didn't pause to take time to explain things. They just did shit and explain that shit while it was happening, which I very greatly appreciated that, which in the first movie, I felt like they paused and explained everything a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like you had a problem with last movie because you like didn't understand some of the intricacies. Sorry, I shouldn't say you. None of us really understood a lot of the intricacies of like the families and immortals and stuff like that.
But I felt like we saw more of the families in this. And my problem with it obviously was a little bit with that, but the layout of the story was just like them pausing and expositioning for the most part what was going on in the world. Like we never just saw and understood what we were seeing. In this movie was just a lot of just visual stuff, or they're explaining as they're doing it, or there's like some sort of veiled thing to it. There's like a deeper meaning. It's not just a scene for exposition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's true. It's definitely following the more show don't tell type of thing. And I guess I said that because I feel like it just continues the story. Like it gives you the information necessary through the plot for this movie. Like I guess
it's presented differently. It's presented completely differently, I feel.
That's fair. No, I see where you're coming from. That's definitely, but yeah, I don't know. I love this, and I also am gonna, I don't know, toot my own horn a little bit. I think I was pretty dead on with like the social class of how like it all worked.
You did kind of nail it. I at the turning point, at the twist, not the turning point of the movie, I was like, Austin's right, dude. What the hell? That's so stupid. Why is Austin right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Immortals, at least in my interpretation, is really just a title. It's a title of people that just eat the soul essence of other people they've killed. And the difference between like demons and dragons and immortals, it's there is none. That like I think we had thought Leopard Man was like a spirit that got turned into a man last week. But the fact that he literally
I thought it was a demon that like was able to train himself up into the immortals, and that he just like, still had the evil in him from being a demon, and that's why he wasn't chosen. But apparently not. No, you were racist.
I mean, but you were right though. He was a demon. Like that's his whole family was demons, and like I think thinking that there was a differentiation, like demons here, other spirits or whatever here, and then like immortals or whatever there. Whenever they like showed that the guy who we thought was here was actually here and then became here, I was like, wait, there's no difference. It doesn't matter. He was just someone who was like segregated basically, and then worked hard enough to become useful to the rich people. Sorry, not rich people. Yes, rich people, but immortal people.
So I need to ask specifically Chan and Zach. So for me and Austin, our dub was very unsynced. And it really took it out of sync.
First couple minutes of the movie, man, it was
very bad. Very bad. Our dub a lot. So we complained about it last week.
Dude, the voice, I cried twice in this movie. And it like I'm 59% sure it was because of the voice acting. It was so good.
I switched back and forth actually a little bit. So I have some to say about each. I can say the mom's voice actor for the dub.
Dude, there was nothing I could do. The way she was screaming in that scene, there was nothing I could do. It was so sad. I was bawling.
Dub did not get it across.
Really?
It
dude.
No, the mom was like 70 years old or something, like the voice actor. Like she was very clear. It seemed like she was like in the wrong time period, honestly. Like,
it's getting complicated for my favorite scene.
It's tragic
because of how good her voice acting was. It was so good.
So, Austin, you can attest to this. It felt as though like a lot of the lines of this movie, they straight up just read off a page. There wasn't really like a lot of like anything behind it, which really sucked because the first one, like it wasn't great, but it had me like it still had me like on the verge of tears at one point because the voice acting was good at this point. I don't think it was ever really good at any point in this movie. And it was very hard. There were scenes that definitely should have made me like tear up or like get close. I don't even think I was ever really that close because I was never really able to get like fully immersed because the voice acting and it was like so unsynced. There were so many times where the mouth would actually be completely closed and words are still coming out, or it just doesn't match genuinely whatsoever.
Yeah. Sorry, Scott, you done? You don't tell everyone.
He's like, have you shut up yet? Have you shut up?
I don't want to interrupt. No, I must say that news might have just ruined my day.
Yeah, that's so
I love this film so much that I wanted to rewatch it tomorrow dubbed so that I could watch the movie and listen to it because I found myself looking and reading and then missing maybe a half a second of some beautiful artwork. And now I'm not going to do that. That's tragic.
I agree with you, actually. Something that I was saying that I liked about the movie also kind of was like a negative, but it's a negative because I don't understand the language. They did a lot of talking while also the fighting was happening. I found myself reading and then skipping back 30 seconds to rewatch what was happening. I did that like maybe 6 or 7 times throughout this movie, and then maybe 2 or 3 times just doing it because I wanted to watch the fight again. But like, but yeah, I do agree with you. It was really tough seeing it like that.
And then one more thing I wanted to go into was, first, what do you think of the plot twist? And then 2, did you like the quote unquote foreshadowing they were doing throughout this movie?
Like with the cauldron?
With the cauldron, with the immortal like ascension, and then he also like the curse added on as well. And all that. So I guess we'll start with Chandler because I still think he's talked the least. So we'll start with him.
Yeah, I like the twist. I think it's stuff that we've seen in the past, right? Like the good guy, the guy that you look up to, you know, maybe your master or sensei is actually like the villain behind the scenes, and like the trauma that brings. So like we're familiar with that sort of plot theme, whatever you want to call it. But I thought they did it really well here. Not once, even looking back in hindsight, could I notice that guy was evil. So I thought they played it off really well. And it's not like one of those ones where you're just in denial and like wanting to hate the movie because for that reason alone. I think they played it off well. The subtle foreshadowing. What was the question with that again?
It was foreshadowing, but the one scene I'm talking about in specific is whenever like I still forget their like master's name, but it's the bigger man. Whenever he's like
with the proud chest, man. Say it with the proud chest.
No, we refuse.
Why?
I can't. But whenever he's like, you think he's like flirting with the girl next to me, he goes, man, this spell's taking forever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why is it taking so much longer? And then you find out that spell didn't take longer, and it's because he had the curse built into Nezha.
Yeah. I think it's smart. I love when they plant the seeds like that, like they did on the first movie, and they did it here. There's lots of continuity too. I don't mind it. I think that they did. I'm not sure. Maybe I already forgot the question you just asked, but like I thought it was good. I went over my head like it I'm sure did for all of us.
For the most part, yeah. I think like one thing that leads into the believability of it is specifically how much you can believe that Leopard Man would attack the city like that. It's you wouldn't even think twice about it. The way that he reacted in that scene. If they went with the story of Leopard Man being bad, it's just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense for where the plot was going. So whenever the baby God man ended up being bad, it just felt so cool. And I was dude, I can't wait to watch more of this movie and see them fight. Speaking of Baby God Man, what would you guys think about him hulking out at the end there?
You and Austin didn't talk about your thoughts on the plot twist.
Oh, I liked it.
I asked all.
I liked it.
Is that it? Should I go now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have a little bit more than Zach. Sorry, but I really liked it specifically because I left last movie thinking that the Immortals would be the bad people and / hoping like I wanted them to be the bad people. And not that I was disappointed with this movie, but I was disappointed most of this movie because I was like, damn, I think they're portraying them as like pretty decent people. Like with me trying to dissect it as much as I could to find any sort of foreshadowing for them being bad, like up to the point where we saw the whole council, like, and they seem like decent people. Like they vetoed the idea to mess with the dragons. I'm like,
some of them might be decent.
No, exactly. No, yeah. I'm like, that's what I love about it is like, it's more nuanced than just like, oh, big important guys turn out to be bad. Like we know that this specific guy who is very important and is part of the highest group is bad, but I did not see that coming because I thought the leopard guy, not that he was bad necessarily, but he was justified in doing kind of what he did because they broke what they saw as the treaty. So I think not seeing it as something that could be a twist definitely helped like experience the twist.
100%, yeah. Because especially with the story of the previous movie, I didn't think they were going to do I know a twist isn't very complicated, but I wasn't expecting them to do anything that I wasn't like expecting them to do, you know? So having that came across and like whenever I paused the movie and saw that there was 30 minutes left in the movie from that twist on, I was like, fuck, dude, the movie just started now. Let's go. It was really great. What did I say before Skylar interrupted me because I really interrupted him with a thing?
I actually don't know.
Oh, dude.
Worst comes to worst,
You finished it.
line talking about either my funniest or least favorite or my favorite.
We can go ahead and get into that. We all kind of got a general spiel out. We can go ahead and go into least favorites, and then after we hit that, we can go into summary and number and stuff.
Yeah. So I'll start off with my least favorite. I'm not going to take the super obvious one because I'm sure all of you have it. And I'll just save it. But one scene that I I think it just dragged on for too long was the Rock Mountain lady doing like the fairest of them all in the mirror. I feel as though it was like a real like
illumination
in a story.
Sorry.
Yeah. But like more so, like this is the part where the movie's really picking up. Like you're on your toes. You're like, man, like Nezha is fired up. Like we're about to see something crazy, and then it cuts to that for a little too long, and I think kind of kills the mood like a little bit. Like I think it could have been like maybe half of the time, and I think it would have been much more effective.
Totally agree.
But like I see why it was there. It was there to like. It was supposed to be like I think a funny little bit for like the again because I think this still qualifies as a kid movie.
Just watch
So I think it was more there was. Yeah. So I think that's really kind of what it was there for. And for that, I being me and not being like less than 10, really would have preferred that to be like half and kind of just get right into like the main action that was going, especially with the first half of this movie falling a little bit. Well, did we say first half or first bit? I can't remember. We're talking about like it's more jokey. That segment of time, like I feel like it kind of already did the funny thing. It's fine. We can go to some action. So that's the one I had. If any of you want to take it away with your at least,
I want to go one.
we'll go like that.
Just real quick, like what were the inspirations for that character? Was it Ursula and there's the magic mirror? That's not Snow White, is it?
Isn't that it? Snow White?
No.
No,
Is it? I feel like there's a mirror. Sleeping Beauty. Okay. Yeah, because she looked more like Ursula, and then the mirror from Sleeping Beauty. Okay.
All right, Chandler, take it away. Wait, Sky, don't say to do favorite and funniest too.
Okay.
Well, you were asking if we wanted to say anything. Yeah, what would you say, Sky? When I said that?
Well, I was going to see if we all just want to do least favorite first, because I mean, I think we all know what the least favorite ones that you guys probably picked are.
That's actually.
So we can just knock it out of the park.
I really don't have many least favorites.
Come on.
Maybe one.
Yeah, this is like
Upstairs.
The one that I have. Like you guys were saying, like how like here and there was kind of disgusting. That I was able to ignore personally. Like I just like didn't have anything to think about it. Just like part of the film. Not for me, but probably for a kid. What I didn't like is how quick the movie was. It was so quick that once they get their bodies back, it's like they're already fighting a leopard dude in a whole new scene. Like, didn't he run away at the end of the first movie and he's already back with... I just thought that was just a little weird. Some things weren't really have to be explained properly.
It was almost like a part 1 and part 2. Like it kind of felt.
Yeah, but like just the way part 1 ended and part 2 picked up, just it didn't really feel seamless.
Yeah, I agree.
But they just tried playing it off like it was. But that's like my only complaint. So it's on you guys. It's your turn.
So do you want to say if one of you wants to talk about the groundhog?
Damn it!
Everyone has that scene. Come on, don't say damn it. Let's be honest here.
Wait,
that's I thought the worst scene of the movie.
What? Okay, what? Okay, are we talking about a favorite scene right now? Who's saying at least? All right, you need to explain yourself.
The throw up scene.
Okay.
What? Oh, I thought you were saying the gopher yell.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was going to honestly.
I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this will give it away. That was my funniest scene in the movie. Like the gopher yell randomly coming in. I was like, that. I was dying after that. I'm like, I was not expecting that.
I was, but
the gopher
that scene.
I was referring to. So, Zach, do you want to explain it? Or do you just want me?
Yeah, I'll take it away. So in the scene in which, well, one, it's dumb that Nezha has to like go in and out of that the sleepingness. That's the only time like in which the tolerance was like a big deal, and it was really stupid, and I wasn't a big fan of it. But then also the fact that one, he threw it up, and two, he re-drank it and then threw it up again, and we saw it.
I don't think he drank. He went to go. He's like, I can't.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, he actually did that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, but we saw more vomit come out. We actually watched it, and it came out of his nose, and I was like, That's insane.
That was kind of funny.
That's great, man. I'm happy you like that. That's my least favorite scene in the movie. I was not enjoying anything with the demon gopher.
I actually have like a little bit. I have a little bit with that. So specifically, I was like, man, I really thought that was the time for a throw up scene. I was like, I'm so glad they didn't add one. And then it was like you kind of like last week, you're like, man. And then the very next part was him throwing up, and I'm like, dude, are we kidding me? I really did not like that at all, as I'm sure we all did not. But
One other
At least you didn't jinx an eye scene.
Oh, that's true. At least there wasn't an eye scene. Something else that was a little weird to me, especially at the beginning of the movie. Like the beginning of the movie made me be like, whoa, what the fuck's happening here a lot. And it's with the fact that everyone can fly. Like, was that something I missed in the first movie but like whenever the mom and the dad jumped off of the wall and just started flying back home, I was like, when did they gain this ability? Like, I know they're still, I was just
and at the end of the movie, everybody's literally fighting over water.
Yeah, like they're literally flying.
Yeah, which just makes sense.
Every character can fly.
Then why weren't they doing that last movie?
Whatever. Rule of cool. It was awesome.
Because I can suspend our.
I'm joking, but also not, because that's my perception.
Now needs to have the fire wheels to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like why is he the only character that actually needs something to fly? And he's like the strongest one there.
No, the thing is, he doesn't need them to fly. He just thinks they're cool as hell.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Yeah,
I mean, he was beating up that one guy with them, which is pretty cool.
That was
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool.
But wait, Austin, you said the thing. Speaking of the thing, and also we're on things that I didn't like in this movie. What do you guys think about the guy, the baby man hulking out at the end of the movie? I thought that was a little interesting. I wasn't a big fan of that.
I thought that was pretty funny.
I thought it was all right.
Whatever. He reminded me of like a wizard character. I would have preferred if he like I know he mainly fought with like his stuff too, but like why did he need to be big and buff? It seemed kind
He
of
had a big head for a reason,
it
right?
seemed stupid to me, you know? It felt like a useless.
It's a Master Roshi thing. What do you
I think
think?
they're so opposite. I like it's just cool.
I wasn't a big fan of it. I would have preferred if he just stayed in his like wizard form and kept attacking them with like his branches.
So
Well, I know I know he did do the branches, but I don't like the form.
I see what you're saying, but I think he kind of needed the form because his whole thing was like encased in a small area, and it was kind of like using like the branches as like power. So I think he needed to kind of be. Yeah, I know, but I think he needed to be big and strong to like kind of like signify like final villain.
Yeah, that's his Super Saiyan thing.
he just is.
Why not?
He is a higher being. He has that power.
Because does it look as good as if Nezha is in his final form and Alving is in their final form, punching like basically just a baby with a big ass head? Is it like that? Does it look as good as
he still looked like a baby?
Bulky monster. Yeah.
He still looked like a baby. His face did at least.
Yeah, but like everything else said he's not. So
I don't like it. No way you can give
that's fair. I'm not saying I did. I'm just not against it.
That's fair. Do we want to go around doing favorite, funniest? Austin, you could go ahead and start since you already gave us your funniest.
I gave the funniest, but I never gave the least. So I'll do least and favorite.
Right.
Least and favorite.
What's that?
I thought
what? No, I didn't have vomit scene was funny to me, to be honest. Hold on, I like half forgot my least. Okay, I was struggling to find a least for this one too. Like same with Chan. I was gonna say the vomit didn't have an issue for me, but the dude talking with food in his mouth, I hated that.
That's how
it was so detailed, and it went on like a minute and a half, and it was just like, I don't know. So there's something about it that I'm like, that is worse than the vomit.
And he stood all over Nezha too, and yeah,
okay.
Nezha too.
Oh, well, say that again. Say that again.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't disgusting. I agree.
Definitely get where you're coming from, but you realize like he almost did like throw up. It just like gives it like little chunks just kind of come.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a feeling thing, and for me that felt worse. So that's what I'm going with. I'm not going to rationalize it. Favorite. I am sorry. Actually, no. I'm not going to say the one I think everyone is going to say, to be honest. And if okay, well, maybe not, and we can get back to it.
And I know one of them is not going to be said, and I know everyone here knows what the other one is. So it's
okay, yeah, I'm not going to say the common one then. I'm going to say my favorite was the entire scene with the leopard guy's dad and the fighting of him. Like that basically teleporter fight. I was, from that moment on in the movie, I think, I was so freaking locked in. I was like you, Zach. That was just like, not only was the fight amazing. in the water was incredible.
His voice acting.
Really everything about it. I can't.
It was so crazy. It was so good.
Well, it was amazingly choreographed. It was amazingly animated. I'm a sucker for teleportation fights, and they did that so well. And then it capped it off with like it was a mini twist that he was like the guy's dad, which I didn't put that together until that. Like, yeah, okay, I didn't know if I was dumb for that. But the fact that he was his dad and he was telling all of his other students to like show reverence to like the immortal people, and then they still go ahead and I say kill him, but I don't know if he's actually dead based on how they were talking at the end.
Have you seen the post credits?
Oh my god, I didn't watch it again. Damn it.
I watched it.
This post credit's pretty good too. You got to go back and rewatch.
I was rushing. I didn't have much time. I had a lot to watch.
The Great War. That's going to be so fun to see and everything.
Oh, I thought that this was a war in and of itself. Like this was so peak.
What can that movie be? Like that's going to be fucking awesome. I cannot.
That is. Yeah, but I don't know. I loved all of that. All of the, especially the plot twist side, but even before that point, I had written that as like my favorite scene while watching it because it was just incredible. But that's it for me.
Do we care if I go next?
Yeah, go, man.
Because Austin took my favorite. That was actually the one. That one's so good.
That was the uncommon one. I thought it was.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It was so good. It deserved to be somebody's. So, but yeah, I mean, I really liked it like the entire time. I thought it's Al Bing, correct?
Yeah, Al Bing.
Al Bing, yeah.
Okay. Whenever he froze like the entire lake, because he's like, now you can't teleport. Like, I thought that was so cool. And then I even like whenever they're trying to like, the immortals come and they like attack the dad and the son, and then they like kind of break the ice and zip away. And then, oh my goodness, it was throughout. I'm sorry. It's like a bit of animation that I absolutely loved. Every time that archer's like hands was like, it was legitimately the coolest.
That was so cool.
The magic
might have been the coolest thing every time.
It was so much better than the last movie. I felt like it really made me feel like all of these characters were a very fun and interesting version of wizards, especially in that fight. Whenever he like just wrote that thing on his hand and summoned a rain cloud, I was like, this is so fucking cool. This world is amazing. I can't believe it.
Like a big thing for me was they kind of showed off like different powers that people can have. And that was sweet because now I'm like, oh, I mean, can like this be a power? Is this a power? Is this a power? And then the talismans, I'm like, oh, they can make themselves like literally like this guy's like actually invincible in the water. Like,
yeah, and he
they're fighting
a specific talisman to help how he fights. It was so fucking cool.
And it's not, and like it was the fact that it was even said by like our guy's master. He's like, oh no, it's raining. Like you need to get out of there. Like so it's like known too. It was so good. But yeah, I kind of did the same thing Austin did. Like I saw that and I was like, yeah, pencil it in. And like yeah. So my funniest is actually at the end of the movie, and I'm worried that I might take somebody's here. But so Nezha uses a spell to trick like the magma guy and is he water or he's like the
blade guy.
Nice dude.
The two kings and the queen. And North and South uses the disguise, and he's like, "What's the password?" And she shouts by the seashore, and he goes, "You don't know the code." And then like starts like attacking him, and he goes, "Wait, I don't know the code. Am I?" Like, yeah, it was really good. It was so funny. Like I was struggling to find a funniest one in this. I almost put like my guards at the beginning. I almost made that one my funniest, but that one was like, I actually paused because I chuckled. And that was one of the times where the dub didn't take me out of the scene with how atrocious it was. So I'm glad at least that scene was done some justice. But yeah, that was my favorite and my funniest. So
I'm going to take it away because that's actually also my funniest scene in the movie too.
Sorry.
Because hey, we're starting a chain. You know, Austin to you to me. We're stealing stuff. Maybe I'm going to steal something of Chandler's here.
Go ahead. Sorry, Miss Stolen.
Ah, fuck. Lovely. Yeah, but that scene, like, I honestly wasn't thinking a single thing in this movie was funny until that scene happened. I was like, oh, this is a cute homage to the first movie. And then when that guy ended up being like obscenely stupid, I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. To the point at which he started crying at how dumb he was. I really just laughed. I thought that was really hilarious. Favorite scene. Okay. I'm surprised no one has said the one that I was going to say. I'm guessing all of you guys like at least thought it was sick whenever it happened. I'm going to save it for the second one because I have two favorite scenes. We didn't talk about it a lot, but the creativity in this movie specifically and like the animation, the cinematography, it is like one of the most beautiful animated movies I've ever watched. The fight with Ao Bing and the knife dragon guy where he froze the sword and they were fighting with their legs and the spear. That was so fucking cool. I really enjoyed that. The choreography was so awesome. It was really creative to me because like these guys have godlike powers and they were doing this really weird and creative thing that I don't really think I've seen in many places before. And then my other favorite scene is after Nezha becomes in his final form and he goes and he throws the punch and they do that like split second 2D animated bit. It's so fucking good right before the punch. It's so awesome. Yeah. I rewound and watched that like 60 times. It was so good. That's my favorite scene probably in the entire franchise. It was really sick. I really enjoyed that a lot. All right, Chandler, go ahead.
I honestly thought that they were going to go. Do you know how it's like kind of become common to go to black and white whenever you change that style? I actually thought it was going straight black and white there.
Yeah.
But that like split second was genuinely probably maybe the best in the show. And yeah, just in animated movies this year, probably. But
maybe. Possibly.
We'll say Chan.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of reiteration going on here. So I love that scene too, Zach, and that would have been my favorite if it was a little bit more to it. Because it happened so quick, and then it's back to the traditional animation. Well, for this movie, animation. If there had been more of it, or if it was longer, then I've been a sucker for it. But my favorite does go to the bamboo fight. Oh my goodness, was that so cool? Like I loved it. Everything from like the electricity onwards, but just even fighting on the bamboo and it bending and them lunging and leaping. Oh, it was just so clean and fun. Least favorite I already said. Funniest, I'm going to go with those gophers or whatever. Him dropping him swatting the food and then going.
That's it. I didn't like both of your damn.
You did like a triple take. Where did he? What? I'm still dying over that. Yeah, I mean, and also, yeah, the transformation cell was so funny. I just loved that so many things continued from the first movie into this one. Like a lot. I mean, yeah, it's practically a part two because it picks up instantly, but you see those minions and that one demon that can turn into water instantly, like which goes from end credit scene to that. So I'm glad that they referenced that, or at least paid homage to that end credit scene. It wasn't just thrown in there for gags. And then, yeah, of course, the transformation is same thing from the first movie. I just thought there was so much that they repeated in a good way, not like they did the lack of creativity, but just because you've seen it before, it was good that it's good now.
So yeah, would you say this did not do the same thing that Nobody 2 did?
Correct. Correct.
Chandler, keep it going. Just go right into your stuff.
There's no Nobody 2. So yeah, we've already mentioned how beautiful the animation is and the choreography. I mentioned that a couple of times. I love the fights. The fights were so good. So good. And I think there is a little bit more to look forward to. Especially with how the end credit scene ends, you kind of know what they're going to do, but they still get to tackle Nezha fully mastering his powers because he still keeps that bracelet on. He's still like in the first movie without the bracelet, he's just pure chaos, right? He can't control it. I'm waiting until they do that. I think that's what they have yet to touch on. I think that made that if the third movie is just the finale. Hopefully they tackle that, and that's a barrier that he hates, I guess. But yeah, I mean, what's more there to say? The movie's amazing. I love the characters. I didn't mind that the brother of the leopard dude showing up. Yeah, it's spontaneous out of nowhere. How do you know to go there and kind of in the middle of a fight? But I like the character development that it provided. And it made me like the leopard guy. I really had such like a disliking towards the dude, but now I do appreciate the guy, and I feel for him. This movie brought me to tears also, Zach. Like more like the first movie almost, right? But this one, oh my, I didn't have it twice. I'm curious why you almost cried twice. I'm curious about the other one, but aside from like his mother
tear, and the other one was like, oh my God, I can't.
Oh yeah. And in reference to that, you mean like the mother turning into a pill and all that. Yeah, like that was deep. That was so deep. I'm glad, like, because in the first movie they touch on that scene for maybe a few minutes, but this one was forever, and the flashbacks were great. Some of the flashbacks were new too, so they weren't just like your typical anime. Let's tell you the whole season again. So I thought they did that really well, and it was just beautiful. The whole movie's beautiful. So I'm gonna give this a 9.5. I had a 10, but I had to bring it down. I had to bring it down from a 10, but it was at one point a 10.
Chandler, I want you to know, I guessed your score, and I put down a 9.5, and I was like, dude, this guy literally didn't like any of the, he like said he didn't mind the two scenes that me and Zach said we really didn't like. So I was like, nah, he's going to put it 10. Yeah. And then hearing you went the opposite way. But I had to let you know that you actually like reverse got me.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Unintentional W. All right, I'm gonna popcorn to.
I want to go last.
Zach. I'm just kidding. Let's do Austin. Austin, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I love this movie. Like, there was very few points where I wasn't really excited about what I was watching. Like some of the humor, yeah, I mean, that was the same thing with the first one. I would argue it was less extreme sometimes, at least for me, that like I was like not uncomfortable, but just like disliked it. But it happened more frequently, so that's going to factor in a bit. But besides that, it was such a different movie than I was expecting even halfway through watching it. Like up until the fight with the leopard guy's dad, I thought we were just watching like Nezha like go through all of the trials and become immortal, and I thought that was it, and I was happy with that. And then it turned into something so much better, and like even without seeing the post-credit scene, which I need to remember to do, it's just I'm so excited for the next one. Like, how could it possibly? It clearly built up to like a war. Like, how is this going to be more than this one? I don't know. I loved it. I'm so glad I suggested to watch these because I probably wouldn't have watched them otherwise. But it's gotten a lot of hype, and damn, it deserves that hype. Mm-hmm. So I'm knocking it down a tiny bit for the like humor and stuff, and maybe a little bit for the beginning part. But I'm giving it a 9. Like I'm sticking strong with that.
Nice.
Were you right?
I put you on a 9.5.
Oh, I was close. It was close. I was debating how much to knock down for like the humor and stuff, but like, I don't know. 9 feels right.
9 feels great right there for both of you the entire time. So, did you? I'm assuming I'm up because Zach wants to go last.
Yeah, popcorn's guy.
So I was gonna kind of rip it straight away. This might be the second best movie I watched the entire rest of the year. I really don't see anything aside from my number one. Passing this movie, it really feels like, so my movie that I think is just better than this one is K-pop Demon Hunter. I think that is it's the best movie I've watched all year, and it probably will be. But this one feels, and it feels crazy to say, this one feels on the same level, and it's genuinely impressive. If they would have taken out some of the scenes that I didn't like, I probably would have passed it. But I'm gonna go straight away. I'm just gonna give it a 9 as well. This movie somehow manages to step up in the animation and the fighting from the last scene, which last week I already said if it was just that last half, I would have gave it a perfect score. And I don't even know what to say, because like if that last week was a perfect score for the last half, what is this? It actually would be like beyond something I could even comprehend. Like I would have been like, okay, I'm gonna have to backtrack and say that isn't perfect because this is perfect. But they did have some scenes at the beginning. Wasn't a huge fan of. Kind of took me out of it. The dub again, not being super synced up, kind of took me out of it. But I really don't want to take away that much from it, because genuinely, if I tried not to pay attention to it, and sometimes it was actually impossible to not pay attention to it. But if I would have watched this in like as sub, I probably would have given this a 9.5. Like the voice acting killed a lot of the scenes. Like one of the scenes we didn't even mention was Nezha like breaking the curse and then using the cauldron's fire to kind of rebuild himself. Like that was like actually crazy. It looked so good. And that's like, there are so many scenes in this movie that we did not even talk about that could have been somebody's favorite scene in the movie, which is insane to me. It actually is crazy how well this movie was done. I am also glad that you picked these, Austin, because I also probably would not have watched these on my own. So, I mean, you had 2 straight bangers back to back. So, I mean,
You can't put it all on Austin, because Chandler's talking about this movie before Austin was even on the podcast.
That is true. But Austin's the reason that we put it on the calendar. He picked it for his or something, right?
He did.
Yeah. So like that was that. But yeah, that's all I got. I give it a 9. So Zach, you okay?
Yeah. Okay, I love this so far.
I guess I'll continue saying the same thing that everyone has been saying, but I'm really happy we decided to pick these for the podcast, because I wouldn't have watched it if we didn't do it on the podcast. What?
You have to acknowledge Chandler too.
Yeah, I didn't say a name. I didn't say a name. I'm just saying I'm happy we watched it, because I wouldn't have watched it otherwise. Both of these movies, because I think that even though I don't think they're perfect, and I think both of them have flaws, they're amazing. The animation itself is fantastic, especially in the second movie. I'm kind of having like a bit of the Skylar approach to this one, like how we felt about the first movie, where I really just wasn't kicking it in the first half of this movie, but the second half is fucking amazing. It is virtually perfect for the most part. One thing that we didn't talk about, to go off of what Skylar said, like every scene could be someone's favorite scene, that whenever the two armies attack each other, it is gorgeous, but also they had this insane detail of whenever they first collide, there's like red gushing out of it, and it's like the blood of the two different armies coming together as they stab each other, and it's like this an additional part of this wave that would not have happened in any other movie. I feel like it's just like they would either censor it or forget about it, you know. And I just was like, that's a crazy detail that I really wasn't expecting to see in this movie, and I'm so happy to have seen it at the end. Well, maybe not happy. That's a term, but that just was a detail that was in the movie I wasn't expecting to see. But yeah, I don't know. The first like 5-10 minutes of the movie really I wasn't vibing with because of how fast the pace was, and I everything just, I know I said the pace was fast, but like they introduced the next plot so fast and then immediately jumped into it, and it slowed down immediately, and it went into this almost a like happy-go-lucky adventure movie feel to it, and I just really didn't like that at all. I'm sorry if you guys did. It just really didn't click with me for the most part. But again, I was so conflicted watching the entire first half of this movie because of how well animated every bit of it was. Like, even if I didn't like a scene, I was like, I can't hate you. I can't. You're so nice. I love it. But yeah, it's perfect. The end is perfect. You need to go watch it if you haven't. The only other complaint I had that I wrote down that I didn't talk about was that I think the only not good voice actor was Nezha in his adult form. I wasn't the big fan of yelling. I'm happy you agree. Like, especially like him at the very end, whenever he was yelling about like how they choose their futures or stuff like that, I was like, you are very clearly the worst voice actor in this movie. From someone who doesn't understand the language, like I just didn't feel any emotion in his voice like at all. And then also the credits of the movie were amazing. I really enjoyed how they were like painted. It was beautiful. I like that. This movie's, dude, This movie's an 8. I really like this movie, but like the first hour is just so tough for me to watch, basically for the most part, because there's not a whole ton of action to distract me from the stuff that I'm not like super enjoying. And at one point I actually wrote down like, where is the plot going? Like, because I just wasn't a big fan of it, but I erased it because I was like, this is stupid. Zach, stop looking at this movie like this.
Just watch the movie.
It's so dumb. Yeah, just watch.
Let it go. Let it go out.
Yeah.
Well,
But
with your 8, that brings our Mediak average to like an 8.875, which do we feel comfortable rounding to a 9, being it's basically at a 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, so we give this Nezha 2 a 9 out of 10 overall. Is that the highest score we've given a movie ever?
I think as a collective 4, yes. I think as all
I think it is.
Yeah, let's go.
Highest Mediak average we've ever had. Which, I mean,
I don't think ever, because I'm pretty sure Ford.
like, correct me if I'm wrong. I truly think there's another one.
I'm pretty sure Ford versus Ferrari was 9s around the board for all 3 of us. But like,
For some reason, I think it ended like an 8, like an 8 or like an 8.5.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't remember. It's much more impressive with 4 people because it's harder to get that average to be that high. Okay. Any other corals related to this movie before we go into the news segment?
Yes. I just want to say thank you, Austin, for picking these movies. I'm not sure if I ever would have watched the second one. Just kidding. Just kidding. I had to.
you did have to.
That was welcome. I love that. That was amazing. Okay.
Chandler took his funny juice today.
Yeah, you take his funny pills, dude. I'm proud of him. Yay. Okay, we're jumping in the news segment. I don't have an order to this. I honestly don't really remember much of the news except for one thing that I know I'm going to skip. Goku's Japanese voice actor got honored with Japan's Cultural Merit Award, which now gives her 3.5 million yen annually for the rest of her life, which is awesome. She deserves it. Love that for her. She voices Goku. She should never have to work again. Next bit of news, a place called Axis Studios, which is the animation company that did Eyes of Wakanda, which is the TV show that released a couple months ago that no one watched. They filed for bankruptcy, so they're no longer going to be a thing, which sucks. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen something they made, so like maybe they aren't the best, but it always sucks to see a company go under, especially an animation company. HBO Max, this is relevant to another piece of news that I'll talk about at the end. But HBO Max decided to raise their subscription prices. And it wasn't like, we're going to raise it in a month. It's, we're raising it today. They're now raised. And it's now more expensive than any other streaming service, which is cool. Love that for them. Next bit of news. Oops, sorry, what was it, Chin?
Zach, I do have something to say. You said like the Goku voice actor or something like that. That's like roughly maybe $23,000 in US. So
5 million.
Yeah.
3.5
Yeah,
million.
you kind of have to like divide by at least 100. At least 100.
That's fine.
So like always add 2 zeros to $1 to get yen, but it's more than that actually.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's still just for living.
Yeah, I mean,
It's nice. Yeah, every year.
Yeah.
That's like hitting the lottery and getting like the annual
Yeah.
deposit. Or
So again, that's not like still some like small like chunk of change. You're still getting a very good amount of money just for being Goku. Which hey, I'd give Goku more. That's all I'm saying.
All right, sorry, I'm deciding what news I got to do next. The huh?
Are you going to talk about Austin misinformation?
That's last.
Okay.
That's last. Obviously, that's last. The guy who wrote Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul has another show coming out called Pluribus. I did not watch the trailer for it, but people seem interested in it. It's coming out on Apple TV, which is really weird.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot to cancel mine after Severance, so I guess I can watch that. The One Punch Man season 3 director deleted his social medias due to all the hate, which sucks. And it's getting so bad that Vincent Chansard, like the greatest animator of all time, came out and was like, guys, can we just stop? Like, sometimes it's not their fault. Like, sometimes there's like production issues that are happening that the creatives can't like impact this. They're doing the best they can. Like, stop hating on him. Sometimes shit just happens. Like, I understand, like, this is now me speaking. This isn't Vincent Chansard. Like, I understand that we want our thing that we like to be really great, but like, sometimes shit just happens and it's a corporate thing. Don't take it out on the people that are making it. They're just the drones that they're doing what they're told to be done. They can't do it.
Yeah.
Did you see the one like little clip that's going viral for
him sliding?
Yeah, him has actually listed a picture that they look like they dragged all the way down a hill.
That's some Invincible level animation quality, bro.
It's actually season 2 Blue Lock before the last episode animation. It's legitimately what it is.
It's so bad. Okay, we have a really fantastic last 3 newses here. So we're getting a somewhat adaptation of another Robert Kirkman comic. So there is a universe in which the G.I. Joe and the Transformers exist together. And we're now getting a TV show that is, it's towards adult, that is focusing on G.I. Joe and the Transformers. It's like roughly based on Robert Kirkman's comic with the same like characters, but it won't be like 100% based off on that. They made that very clear on that. But it'll have a similar adult feel to Invincible. That's like how they wanted to give the vibe of this show, which I'm really excited for that. Because like I feel, even though the Transformers like are for kids, I feel like a super adult twist on them would be super interesting. Like I don't see why we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Last bit of news. This is fresh off the stove or whatever it is. Yeah, the burner. Halo is coming to PlayStation. We got a trailer for Halo Combat Evolved coming to PlayStation. I'm so excited. It looks beautiful. I haven't played Halo in forever. I mean, I guess I could because I have a PC now, but I don't know. I'm a console gamer. I like playing on my TV. What?
Is it a new Halo game or like a remastered version of an old game?
It's a remaster of the first one, but I don't care. Halo's never been on PlayStation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it was exciting. I just didn't know like new game or...
Right. That's a valid question. And then Austin was correct. Warner Brothers is dying. A 102-year-old company is now going under because a bigger company purchased them, took on their debt, and then it was like, fuck, we can't do anything about this. And now we have to sell everything, the entire conglomerate, to someone else. So that's really great. I love that. No, wait. Okay. So this is good and bad. One of them is that on James Gunn's pod. Okay, don't do that yet. I was going to say that. I was going to say the bad.
Oh no! I heard good, so I was like, I don't get it. What's your
Hey, everyone likes to hear the bad first, so you end on the good. At least
you're right. You're right.
So James Gunn on his podcast addressed this, and he said, "I don't know the future of the DCU. I don't know if they will continue me being the lead of this. They might can me altogether. So there is a solid chance that whoever purchases them, hey, this might not happen. There's a solid chance it might not happen at all. But there is also a solid chance that if whoever purchases them doesn't enjoy what's going on, they just reboot the DCU all over again. DC will never have a consistent good universe. There's these universe in which that's possible.
But they have to see how much, like how the public views. Yeah. Superman. I mean, it didn't go crazy, but we know that it went crazy in HBO. Yeah, and it brought lots of people back to it. So those should be indicators that keep the guy. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying there's a universe in which that can happen, which is honestly kind of funny to me. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. As much as I want a good DCU, the idea that there's never going to be one is really funny.
Yeah. Kind of.
The bright side of it is all of the dead franchises that Warner Brothers decided to shelve. There's a very solid chance that those are...
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. I was mainly thinking Looney Tunes because we haven't got like anything Looney Tunes other than Space Jam in like the last 15 years. Huh.
No, we had
the movie. That's actually really good. Yeah. And also Acme versus Coyote that's coming out next year. But like we should be getting more than just two good movies. Well, one good movie, one possibly good movie, and then Space Jam. And that's like all of the Looney Tune content that we've had in the last 15 years. Like that's so stupid. One of the biggest brands ever. And it's just dead for some reason. So that's definitely possible. There's a chance of that being really good. All of those franchises that they own, seeing those revivals of those. But yeah, I don't know. This is really worrying because they're 102 years old. They're one of the oldest film companies ever. It's crazy that they can't find a way to be profitable.
Austin, I apologize. I might be stealing your bit here, but I think that there's like another Scooby-Doo live action or something soon. Because I remember somebody saying, what if it's Matthew Lillard who voices Shaggy, right? Or not voices, but he like is Shaggy in the live action. Yeah, I think I remember something. It's like he can still be Shaggy. So I vaguely remember that in the context of somebody saying there's like something live action Scooby-Doo
That
coming out.
misinformation category that
Yeah, that's why I was stealing Austin's bit.
would be
It's the prophecy category. What do you mean?
prophecy category. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. That's all my news. Does anyone have anything else?
Yes. Austin,
Yeah.
what have you been watching?
Oh, I hate to disappoint, but it's not been that much this week. It's not been anything crazy.
We are recording super early.
You can never disappoint me.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I think things to note. I finished Freerin. That was amazing, but I need more of it.
Yes.
So
Next year. Early.
yeah. That was it. Was just beautiful, man. I couldn't recommend it enough. Besides that, it hasn't really been watching much. I continued Beef, like the Steven Yeun one. It's good. I didn't understand the meaning of beef, if I'm being honest. I feel like an old person. I like completely misinterpreted what I thought the TV show. It didn't affect what I thought it was about, but I thought it was legit like ground beef or something, like cow beef. It took like 2 episodes. And I'm like, wait a minute. Beef is also a mean conflict between 2 people. Yeah, so that was interesting. I'm feeling old. But yeah, it's really good. Not as depressing as I was going to think, which that's not a negative, but
The cinematography is really depressing, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it kind of has like that kind of vibe to it.
It does. And I'm interested in it. I'm going to finish it. So I like it. Not anything crazy though, but it's good. Other than that, I've been playing CSGO. Tiny bit of Rivals. I got to hop on the new zombies train. And I got Battlefield 6, so that's good. And
I've heard it's really good.
I've heard
it's really good. I like it a lot. I haven't played it as much as I want because my friends keep wanting to play Deadlock, which I've been playing too. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
It's basically like, I don't know, slightly better League of Legends, but still awful. And I hate it. And sorry if anyone likes League of Legends. I don't have anything against it. I just I haven't played it like 3 times and never enjoyed it. And my friends are just on that right now. And I've joined and played, and each game takes like 45 minutes. And I barely get a kill. That's it. But yeah, that's been my week. That's about it. Thank you for asking, Sky.
No problem. But I think this time we'll swing it over. Chandler.
Yes, Sky.
What have you been watching? I tried to give you a chance, and
I know you did. And I was like, oh wait, is this 40? I was like, nope. You know what? I'm gonna play it safe. Just gonna reply.
I don't know.
I also equally have not been watching much or doing really super like much at all. What have I been doing? I watched a new show called Samurai Jack. It's not new. It's new to me.
Fire.
That's why. Yeah, the first episode was kind of crazy. A lot happened in that episode. So I mean, I like where it's going, and so it's a little crazy. Scott, have you seen it?
a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. That I wasn't. Okay, so I mean, I still don't know much other than now we're in the future, and things didn't pan out so well for Jack. But yeah, I mean, it seems fun. What else? Peacemakers.
G did.
Oh, Samurai Jack. Oh, how many are there? 3? I don't know. 2? But just the last one. Okay. I have to I'm watching it with Mike though, so it's like it's going to take me a while to get through that. That and Peacemaker. Also watch home reps for that, so it's going to take a while for me to finish all of that. What else? Anyone ever hear of Made in Abyss?
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
So it's an anime that it's
and I heard it's depressing as hell.
Exactly. And I'm waiting for that moment. I'm only like maybe 3 episodes in. I'm waiting, but like I heard there's like a whole world underground. That's all.
I've
Really?
seen it.
Really?
It-
Wow. Like, yeah, if you look at these guys, like the main characters like kids, just so you guys know, they're like kids. And
It makes the scene worse.
they look so innocent. Oh,
I thought that was just their design. I thought they were just
no, I swear they're kids. They're orphans.
that's
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm not so excited about what's about to happen, but I know it gets dark, really dark, which was appealing until that.
yeah. It's real.
Oh, God.
I mean, I didn't. I guess I'm overhyping it. I think it's pretty fucked up.
Well, okay, well, we'll see how long we're gonna get it, so I can't help
exactly
it.
what you wanted. You wanted something.
It's not like Dan to Dan, right? It's not like
No.
Oh, okay. That's how that's right. I thought you were saying.
I like you. It
It just gets dark.
it does.
But not inappropriate.
Like what the characters
Yeah.
do. You know, I'm trying to word it in a way that's not like spoilery.
Right. Okay. No, I appreciate that, Russ. Maybe you stay tuned once I get to that point next week. Oh no, not next week, because 2 weeks from now, actually.
2 weeks.
Right, 2 weeks from now. Playing some Minecraft with my buddies and some more of Ghost of Yotei. That game is still so good. I'm like just now in the Act 2 of Ghost of Yotei, but I'm 70% done with the game.
Let's go.
How's that make sense?
Well, you're
Like, I'm now, like, there's literally nothing to do right now except for main missions, which is crazy. I actually think it almost ruins the game for me because it's like you're supposed to meet people during the main quest and then interact with them later on. I'm already interacting with them before I'm even introduced to them. So like things are like now starting to make sense and mix. Does that make sense? Like
I see where you're coming from, but I love that aspect of games because, like, to me, whenever you finish everything and then get to the final boss, it feels so much more rewarding to have that final phase because you're like, now everyone knows me. I know all of them. I'm fighting for them. I have all these buffs from them, and now I'm gonna go fucking kick ass or something like that. You know?
But it's weird. I mean, I agree. I think that's cool, but it's weird when the game doesn't expect you to do that. So
that is a problem.
It's like
that's
it's like
be allowed.
it's not like a really bad thing. I mean, it works, it plays off, but like, it's like I meet someone that I'm supposed to meet during the side mission, the main quest. So I've known them for like hours now, right? And I see them like, oh, nice to meet you. I'm so and so. I've finished all your side quests.
Yeah, that's
What? So it just seems kind of like that occur that I wish I would have mixed in better.
Well,
Regardless, that's crazy.
I don't think I think his side quest shouldn't have been available until you met that character. I think that's an issue with the game, not with the fact of side.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, I'm not saying the game is bad. It's really
Terrible game.
that issue is not like a big deal whatsoever. It's just the first time I've never done this before, so it's the first time I'm noticing something like this. Regardless, tangent aside, thanks, Sky, for asking.
No problem, Gorma. So, Zach, here we are again. What have you been up to, and what have you been watching?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Becky Mastos.
So apparently not a lot. I've been playing a lot of Rivals recently. I played Marvel Zombies right before the podcast, and I loved it. I'm a big fan of it. I wish there were more characters and more maps, but for a limited time mode, it's amazing, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Me and G are continuing to watch My Hero. We are approaching the end of season 2, which means that this weekend we're to finish season 2, then watch the first movie, which I'm really excited for. I'm not in love with the first movie, but I'm excited to get over the hurdle of the first movie because, like, from that point on, it just kind of stays fire up until the end. So I'm pretty excited about that. Season 2 is still fire, but you know what I mean. If you've seen the show, you know what I mean. Comics and stuff. The most recent issue of Superman. I wanted to talk with Austin about this a little bit. They retconned Doomsday in a way that's like actually interesting. Chan, do you care? I know you're like a big
How about you're fine.
in the most recent like run of DC Comics since not the rebirth, but whatever big event they had last. They were building up this big DCKO event, and through that was a character called Time Trapper, who was Doomsday from like a bajillion years in the future after he died and came back like 100 million times, and now he's like ultra intelligent, and he knows like the ability. He knows it's coming with Darkseid, and he's like the main crux to what's causing the absolute universe and what's going on here. But in the most recent run of Superman, we learned that like maybe not the Kryptonians, but the existence of Doomsday and his creation is to be an anti-dark side, and just him being a villain was his like learning phase, and he had to like get over that part to get into the alpha, like to be the ultimate like that's what they called it. It was like the alpha and the omega. The dark side is the omega energy, the devil energy. Well, Doomsday is supposed to be like this god type character eventually, which is like super interesting, I think, because it makes sense to like what kind of character Doomsday is, because he's supposed to be this ever evolving creature. I liked it. Austin, opinions?
I mean, I think it's cool from what you've said. I don't know much about it. I am confused over that like alpha omega thing, because does that mean Doomsday's below dark side?
It's dumb, Austin. It's not.
Okay, I'm not gonna. Why am I getting too far?
It's not related to that. It's not related to your.
They're equally powerful.
Yes, exactly. There's something called alpha energy, and then there's something called omega energy. Maybe it's not called alpha. For some reason, alpha is not like clicking in my brain. So maybe I'm thinking of the wrong word, and someone's gonna.
Sorry, didn't mean to nitpick. I my bad.
But it seems really cool. Omega energy. You know that. That's like this whole thing.
I know that.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, but that's the end of my thing. I'm curious to see where they're going with that, because I'm pretty sure DCKO, its entire thing is to try and find the God character. And if they say that Doomsday is actually, Doomsday is actually the God character, I feel like the tournament's useless then. I feel like they should just keep killing Doomsday until he's God. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Superboy Prime is back. He didn't die in the last issue, which is cool. Happy about that. All right, I'm done. Everyone ready?
Yep.
3,
yes,
2, 1.
Sky.
What?
You've been watching.
We did good with that one.
Yeah.
So to kind of follow a trend here, I haven't really been watching too much either. But mine's really funny because it's two things, and they're both something I've already watched. So I just rewatched two different things.
That's it.
The first one is I rewatched K-pop Demon Hunter again, like a week later. Dude, it's so good. It's actually so good. Like, I actually don't know if it's gonna like end up being like my second favorite movie ever. It's so good.
Ever.
I like it so much.
That's
Guy, I have a question. If Nezha 2 had the voice acting of Demon Hunters, what's your favorite? Which one is your favorite?
I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't even need the voice acting of K-pop Demon Hunters. It just frankly just needs not to be shit. And like it's probably like, just however I'm feeling that day is probably whatever one's probably my second favorite. Because again, I don't think anything's gonna top Puss in Boots: The Last Wish for me. That like kind of like just sums up like a lot of like what I really like in like a single movie. So I just don't think it probably objectively not even close to as good, but it's like my favorite.
Right. No, I thought
if
it's a better movie.
Hey, I'm right here agreeing with you. I got a feeling club going.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think if Nezha 2's dub voice acting, or if I just watched it in the sub, it's probably like straight up neck and neck. But dude, I don't know. The songs in K-pop Demon Hunter is so good. Like my favorite song changes like genuinely every other day.
That's valid.
It's like a movie that I feel like I can rewatch like whenever I want, and it doesn't matter. Like that's the thing that's like kind of crazy to me is because I was thinking I went to the gym and I was talking to Caden. And I was like,
out at the gym. Oh, I went to the gym.
I actually went to like a new gym today, so I was pretty excited. That was gonna be part of my news, asshole. But you took it. I was, because it's the people from Spider-Verse who worked on K-pop Demon Hunter, correct? I think that K-pop Demon Hunter is better than any of the Spider-Verse movies they have, which is a crazy statement.
It is.
Because
no,
it is. And it might just be recency bias. It probably is recency bias, but at bare minimum, I am not mad at all that they stopped to make that movie. I'm like glad it happened. But I mean, obviously, if it was to be better, it's probably like the first Spider-Verse and K-pop Demon Hunter that are really going neck and neck. So like kind of toss up there. And then the other one I watched is Scooby-Doo Legend of the Vampire. And man, I had a blast watching that movie. It was the Hex Girls. It was like a music concert kind of tournament thing going on. And it was a good time. I'm going to be honest. It was like one of those things that's like, man, you know what? My head really hurts today. I need to just have a good time. And damn it, I'm going to Scooby-Doo every damn time. And he never lets me down.
The opposite.
Yeah.
Yesterday. We can get to that next week.
2 weeks.
No, next week for.
Okay.
The podcast.
Next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but and then the only other thing I did is that like a gym. So the gym I go to right now, frankly, to just put it bluntly, it sucks. Like the stuff's always broken. And a new one opened up just like 8 minutes further, because it's like an 8-minute drive to me, but I have like a 16-minute drive to the next one. And I went there. It is actually night and day. And I don't think I'm ever going back to that closer one again. I just don't see a reason to.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but pretty much that's what I've been doing. For any CPA person who might be out there, I started far, so my like mental health has gone like into the shitter.
Sorry for laughing.
To put quite frankly, no, it's okay. It's for non-CPA people, it's the hardest section because it covers the most amount of material. And like, there's like a recommended hours for like each section. And this one's like much higher and than usually people go over. And this one has a 200-hour club for it. So I'm definitely going to need to be in that 200 hours. And
Michigans you could play in that time.
Dude, think about how much anything else I could do in that time. Yeah. So, it's not like easy material either, at least not so for me. Tax flowed a lot easier. So, yeah, kind of kicking it into overdrive in the last portion. So we're getting going, and damn it, we're going. So that's what I've been doing.
Oh yeah.
So what for you guys next week? Well, make sure to let us know what you thought of Nezha as a franchise so far, the first and the second. Let us know if you agree with our takes from the second movie. If our ratings are too high, again, we think this might be the highest rated Mediak movie ever. And for you guys, next week,
whenever that comes out initially, eventually,
yeah.
Whenever that comes out, 100%.
Whenever the terminal comes out,
yeah,
it will be there. And we will. For you guys next week, for us, like 10 minutes, we're going to be doing Now You See Me, the first one. So stay tuned. Come back next week. We're really flipping the script on this one. So let us know what you think.
Yeah. Okay.
It is. I won't reveal what it is, but I think Skylar was alluding to the fact that we're not going to have the news segment and we're not going to have the What We Watched segment because we're recording in the next 10 minutes because I'm going on a trip and we need to stockpile them. So stay tuned for next week if you want to see what that is. I'm not going to say what it is. It's fun. I'm very excited about it. I spent all day figuring it out.
We've said it the last couple of weeks, but again, our goal is to hit 1,000 subs by Christmas, and anything is greatly appreciated, whether it's a like, a share, a comment, anything. We read them all. We go through it all. So feel free to drop one down below. We will more than likely, Zach is 100% getting to it, 85% chance I'm getting to it, and then like we'll all probably get to it.
It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Sorry. It's all 4. So that's yeah.
And think that's so fast that they see my message whenever I text in our group chat.
Yeah, we don't get the notification, but yeah. So anything you do is greatly appreciated. Again, you don't have to do anything, but if you do, it's appreciated. So,
any other quotes? Anyone else?
I was going to say, man, this would have been a crazy movie to see in theaters when they re-released it.
Totally.
Yeah, a little bummed out, but sorry. And then next time.
Yeah, next time. Hopefully, can't wait. All right, we'll see you guys next week with Now You See Me 1. We're going to go through all of those movies regretfully, but yeah, we'll see you guys then. Hope you have a nice week. That was a fucking
bye. Have a great time.